Sheriff's office, start eviction. Sheriff's office, hand to serve eviction for everybody inside this residence. Okay, we're serving eviction. Open up the door, ma'am.
I'm not getting an eviction from nobody. I've been here for 20 years. I'm not evicted. You go through a process. I haven't been through no process. Can't nobody just come up here. My name is Miss Green.
Okay, Miss Green, Deputy Sutton. We post a notice on your door.
That's not, it said unknown. I'm a known person. I don't know what that means.
Miss Green, is anybody else in there with you?
My grandson is in here with me.
Okay, how's your grandson?
He's 19.
19. Okay. Why didn't you go to the courthouse when the notice was posted on the door?
I'm not an unknown person. I'm Zoanne Green. I've been here for 20 years. They don't have no contracts with me to be doing nothing with anyone. So I don't know why they're here talking about they can evict me and all this stuff. So you go past foreclosure to evict, to get no. Listen, this is a scam, and the bank is a scam. And so they don't have no jurisdiction over me. I'm indigenous to this land. This is my property. I've been here. That's why they can't touch me. Now this person comes over here talking about, oh, I just purchased this house from an auction with no paperwork in his hand. He just comes. I could have killed him. You don't come up to nobody's home talking about what you got. You ain't got nothing in your hand. You just talking. Like, who the fuck does that? If I'm supposed to be evicted, my name is not unknown. Everybody knows it. The light bill has been in my name for 20 years. I have been here. This is my home. Okay, can't nobody buy somebody's home off from under them if they don't have no paperwork or no nothing.
Okay,
That's not right.
Ms. Green.
So you can't evict me for nothing.
Well, my question to you, Ms. Green, why didn't you go to the courthouse?
Because the papers say unknown. I'm not an unknown. If you have something, all my neighbors know me. I'm part of the neighborhood watch. Why is my name not on any paperwork? Explain that to me. I'm not unknown. I'm very known. So I don't know what kind of eviction you're doing, but it's illegal.
Right.
You can't evict
I'm
me.
doing a court order, ma'am.
Well, I don't know what court order. What name is it under?
It's under 3718.
That's not a name. That's an address.
Oh my gosh.
While I'm here. And the court order was signed by the judge saying to do the eviction.
For who?
I'm just explaining
Okay,
to you.
go ahead.
It's for the property.
No, you can't even. Really?
Sheriff's office, sir.
I know she doesn't think that that's going to hold up in this situation in order to get her out of the situation. Because this is happening. This is absolutely happening. And it seems like she's been ignoring paperwork. She's concocted in her mind that if it doesn't say certain things on the paperwork or if it says unknown, that she just gets to ignore it. And then I guess she thought that if they ever show up, then that's going to be her defense. And she thinks that she's going to be able to wiggle her way out of it. No, ma'am. You are leaving today. And this is why we need to handle our business. We can't be taking these things idle and, feeling like we're just going to be able to talk our way out of it. People are not playing, because she mentioned that the bank is a scam, or it's a scam what they're doing to evict her. If it's a scam, then just simply don't partake. I don't partake in scams. You don't mind going through the bank when they give you some money, but now when the flip side comes, it's a scam. Ultimately, what I want to know is, did you pay your rent? This is what it's always going to come down to. Did you pay your rent? It's not your home if you're paying the bank. It's just that simple. So you have to keep up with that. And if you don't, then this is what can happen. And you're not just going to be able to try to find loopholes or talk your way out of it. It's really just that simple. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually does help me out a lot.
Y'all, so I'm about to go to the courthouse to see what I need to do about this eviction. So it's unfortunate, but I just trust in God.
Oh, okay. So what you'll do, you'll type that answer up, bring it to me, as soon as you can. Once they get that answer, then they'll probably proceed with a court date if needed. But yeah,
just go basically next door and type it, or should I write it, or it has to be
whichever way you prefer.
So now I have to go and write up a paper, basically saying what happened. Basically what happened was I had my rent, I paid my rent, I was behind on rent. It's just I had to turn in my income form, which I totally honestly forgot. So I don't know how this is going to roll out. Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. I did go to court and they basically told me to write a letter up saying what happened. And I did reach out to them to see if I can just turn in my income paper because, I am a nail tech, so all I have to do is just turn in the information. But she stated that she wouldn't allow it and she would see me in court. It's not that I didn't pay my rent on time or anything like that. It's just I needed to turn into a piece of paper with my income, which I could have wrote down, like I said, many times before, so I'm just not really understanding what's really going on. But I know a few people reached out to me also saying that they had many problems with this same lady. Honestly, it's a sad situation. I know someone did state, well, you have to be on top of these things and have your income ready and make sure your P's and Q's and ducks are in a row. Honestly, it really slipped my mind. Usually I'd be on top of these things, but I just was so focused on the job separation notice that I needed to turn in. But all in all, I'm trusting in God and trusting the process. I really appreciate everyone that reached out to me, messaged me, called me, and even tried to help me look for places. I really believe that God has something better for me and Katie.
This is all over the place. And when things doesn't it just feel like there's gaps within what she's saying? And usually that's indicative of somebody not giving the full story, like being selective with what they share. You're saying that you didn't get evicted because you weren't paying the rent. You're saying that you were getting evicted because you just didn't turn in some financial information, which is standard and it's also pretty easy to come up with. Unless, like she just mentioned, she's a nail tech. Let's just be honest. You probably don't have any financial documents that you can actually turn in because you're most likely getting paid cash. Just say that. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're not reporting it. But that's neither here nor there. She's leaving out key information because then she also threw in at the end that something about losing a job or something. They want to see W-2s. Listen, a lot of places, businesses, banks, institutions, ultimately, man, they want to see that you have a job. You could be making all the money in the world, but they want to see it documented. They want to see it reported because to them, that indicates stability. To me, I don't think that that's necessarily makes sense completely, but I think on a wide scale, it makes sense because we see some of these evictions and we see how you put the wrong person in your property, you're screwed. So I guess they want to see that somebody has something to lose and they need some type of way to filter and know that somebody is just a regular person. Ultimately, that's what they want. They just want regular, everyday working people. They don't want people who's taking too big a risks, which that comes with business. So she's just kind of screwed on that front by, having her own business or whatever. She should probably get a part-time job or something, but even then she would make 3 times the rent. She's just in a bad situation just based off of the rules and specifications. So I think that's what it ultimately comes down to.
Hi guys, so come with me to another episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. So I did lost this unit prior to recording only because I was in disbelief that this unit was actually considered vacant. The resident notified us, said that they turned in keys. Mind you, this is a scheduled move out, so it was expected for them to move out, but I was not prepared for the conditions they left it in. Keep in mind, this has a tenure for 1 year, so they've only been here for a year. I did open up the door because it did have like a pee smell, as if kids may have peed everywhere. Again, a trash out is crazy crazily needed. Oh wow, they definitely let their kids have some outdoor activity fun. Looks like they were teaching them how to spell on the patio. So yeah, definitely a trash out, pressure washer, a carpet replacement needed. Let's go to the bedroom. So this is the master bedroom. Not too bad. I guess they got the main things they needed. Keep in mind, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Oh wow.
This is the master bathroom. Yeah, looks like,
I wish when I move, I could just leave stuff like
they do
that.
have a closet
And I,
in here. What's in here? Yikes. It stinks in here, guys. But yeah, closet. Here goes the closet. Like I said, I did walk this unit prior to recording, only because I was in disbelief that it was actually vacant, and wanted to see if they needed to get more personal belongings, but they said that they were good on everything. The lights does not work. Looks like no work orders were put in.
I mean, y'all, we've seen worse, if we're just being honest. But we had a lot of evidence and a lot of things that can indicate, one, chaos, just a chaotic environment all the way around, as well as we can see the chaotic parenting style. She's letting her kids just write on the shingles, like just write on it like it's a chalkboard. So the parent is ultimately just letting her kids just run amok and do whatever. And after they are the result of poor parenting or lack thereof, the neglect, then they're going to come out here and they're going to be amongst all of us. And it's just going to continue to cycle. So I think that's what I really took away from that.
In today's latest chronicles of what the F is my life, let me tell you guys about what's been going on with my business. Long story short, the current suite that I am in, I found on Craigslist, and I am subletting through another person. The person that is technically my landlord, she is also an esthetician, allegedly. And it's a double suite. So I have the back room and she's subletting the front space to someone else. You guys know the story. My mom paid my rent 6 months up front, and then since then I re-signed another 6 months lease, and I've been paying the rent. So I had a slow weekend this weekend. That's why I did not make a spend a Saturday with me. And partially because of this as well. But I get to my suite. I had 2 clients in the morning, and then I had a gap, so I went home.
Why is she signing on 6-month periods? I don't understand that. You're going to pay more. You'd be better off, because you still end up doing the 12 months. You'd be better off just doing 12 months up front and getting your payments down a little bit.
I go back to my suite, and I see a court summons on the door for unpaid rent. So I'm freaking out. Luckily, the client that I had right before I got there, she's mad cool, we're cool. So I'm telling her what's going on. My client's telling me what to do. We're game planning, what's going on. So of course I send a picture of the summons to my landlord, and her response was so blasé. She was just like, "Oh, it's a mistake. I already worked it out. You can throw it away. Thanks." And I'm like, I don't believe you. So this morning I reach out to the office manager. This morning. Long story short, no, everything is not fixed. My landlord is a liar, and she was nice enough to basically tell me if this reaches eviction status, you will be displaced, so you should probably figure that out. She doesn't have any availability, so now I need to very quickly find a new suite. And honestly, things were going too well for me this 2026. So far so good. So obviously this is just the devil trying to shake the room, and for some reason I'm very calm. I know it's gonna get figured out, but it's just the sheer audacity, because also, where's my rent? I've given a significant amount of rent, so where is it? Also, the other tenant that she is subletting the front suite out to, where's her rent? So it's honestly just a mess. Honestly, if you guys don't really hear from me this much this week, It's just because I'm just trying to figure out where I'm about to go. I still will be taking clients this Saturday, so visit the link in my bio.
At first, I was like about to really go hard for her, but then I really thought about it. I'm like, subletting, which that's not something I come across very often, that term. I'm assuming what it means is, I'm sure y'all will tell me in the comments. I'm assuming what it means is like her qualifications weren't up to par. So, because she said esthetician, which sounds like another little side hustle type thing, business or whatever, where you might not have income verified. So it sounds like somebody else might have got the apartment in their name and then basically passed it on to her and is basically leasing it out to her, and maybe they charge her a little fee or whatever. But that can sometimes, interfere with your contract, right? Because if she's not on the lease, technically on the actual lease, and then they found that out, then they may have the right to evict her. And see, she likes to pay her stuff up front. So now it's like sticky, like, well, where's my money that I paid up front? I think it's good to have your money up front, and just set it somewhere in a separate bank account. But I wouldn't just pay up front. I wouldn't just pay ahead, because you never know what could happen. And you want to be able to be agile just in case. And, I'm the type of person, even when I order my pizza, I still put cash, because I still want to have options when I get there. If I look at it and I don't like it, or if I get there and I look around the kitchen and I see don't nobody got gloves on, I'm just walking out. So I still got options. Or if I get there and you're like, oh yeah, it's still going to be 30 minutes, don't worry about it. And then I don't even have to try to go back and forth about refunding me my money.
Hello there, my Section 8 TikToker, C John 31. Don't let that worker retaliate against you. I mean, if you've done everything you're supposed to do in accordance to their policies and procedures and the administrative plan, they can't retaliate against you. You need to reach out to that person's supervisor, the director, and if you're not hearing what you need to hear, and you know you've not done anything wrong now, and you're 100% sure that she's retaliating against you, you can't get a supervisor, the director won't call you back, then maybe you need to reach out to legal services for some help, okay? Now you know.
Retaliate for what, though? What they got to retaliate for? I don't get it. I mean, I don't know why your Section 8 caseworker would be retaliating, unless they're just upset about your situation, or if you're disclosing how you're defrauding. But we're going to leave it there for today. If you all could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually does help out tremendously. Also, if you could hype. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers for smaller content creators like myself. And when you hype, it basically pushes smaller content creators to the scale it pushes the larger content creators. And I actually looked up one of the larger content creators, or I just saw somebody's hype points that was a larger content creator, and they only got like 50 points per hype. And I get like 2,000 points per hype. So we can definitely take advantage of that. Also, Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.